For years and years, I heard people say it's lonely at the top. And in building my business, I always felt so unrelatable, like I was different to all of my friends. If you've ever been in that position, then you'll know what I mean. But having been in the online business game for some time now, I've realized that it is far from lonely when you achieve some level of success. And in this video, I want to break down for you what really goes on in the world of business when you are climbing your way up to the top. My other color pen stopped working. So here's how it works. When you start out down here, you are by yourself. You are different than all of your friends, all of your family. You are a bit of an outsider because you're getting things going and you're doing your own thing. So from baseline, level 0, to your first little bit of taste of success, you're basically in hustle mode, right? Which is where you're grinding, you're working really hard, and you're pretty much locked away getting stuff done. In this time, you may be connecting with people on social media, but you're probably not going out and meeting them. And then after a while, you have this kind of Hail Mary moment where you're like, oh my goodness me, I hate this, I have no friends, everyone in my life doesn't want to be around me because all I care about is this goal and it's making my relationship suffer. You realize that you deserve more than people in your life who perhaps don't treat you the best way or who don't share that vision, because you find it unrelatable and you find it confusing how they could live that way because you can see that there's so much more that's possible for themselves. So when you hit this Hail Mary moment where you're like, oh my gosh, yes, it's time to change, then you decide that it's actually time to go and connect with other people. And so that's when maybe it happens on social media, maybe you decide to meet up with them, maybe you decide to invest in masterminds, maybe you decide to do something intentional to get around with other people. So it's some type of networking, right? And at this point, you start liking it. You'll meet a bunch of people. You decide that you need to do this more and more and more. So this is where you're just doing like loads of networking all the time, going to all the events, traveling around the world, investing into your network. And that's what you have to do in order to find your people. But then you get to this tipping point where you meet so many people that you're a bit like, what? Who are my friends? I have so many different people from all different areas. I don't really know who I like and who I want to spend more time with. And that's when you start cutting down your circle. So this is where you literally get rid of the people who maybe they're not aligned with your values. I recommend at this point really doing a values exercise, deciding, okay, what are my values? Who do I want to be around in business? And setting some intentionality behind when you're actually going to these networking and mastermind events. I'm going to be uploading a video that breaks down my exact networking strategy. So make sure to hit subscribe and be on the lookout for that, because that one, I have this specific spreadsheet and I'm actually going to give that spreadsheet away for free. So sorry to my team, but we're going to have to set that up because I really want everyone to see it. And then from there, once you have done all of that, then you can go into these networking events that you're going to keep doing throughout this whole process, but you're going to be aware, okay, here's who I want to connect with, here's who I don't really care about connecting with, and then you have that mindset going into it so that it's not a waste of your time and energy, because you begin to realize that rather than getting to know everyone, you just need to know the people who are going to take you to that next level, who are on the same journey to get to your ultimate North Star, right? Because you always want to know what that North Star is, so that then as you begin to trim your circle, you have more intimacy, right? And you have essentially people that you can trust who are going to bring deals to you. There's deal flow there because you're having fewer and fewer people. Now, that doesn't say that you're going to totally avoid these people who you've cut out. It's just that you don't necessarily meet up with them. You don't invite them to the dinners that you're doing. And you'll find that the circles get much smaller and smaller. And this is where, when you get to this point here, you're going to have your real good circle, right? These are the people that you do business with. And they're the ones who you're always bringing them into deals and you're giving them other deals, and you just find a way to make a lot of money together, right? That's what ends up happening here. Now, this is not lonely at all. Let me tell you, this is the best thing ever, because now you don't no longer have to rely on your own brand and your own self to be getting the deals, to be meeting other amazing people because they intentionally set things up for you. You do the same for them. You have each other's back and you trust one another wholeheartedly. And that's the beautiful thing, because there's real trust here. You really get each other, because this is where it is pretty unrelatable. To the outside person, it's very unrelatable up here. And then this point here is essentially, it's very similar to this, but this is sort of when, you know, it's like family, friends, and things like that. I'm personally not here yet because I don't have a family, I'm single, I'm young. I want to stay in this zone. I want to stay here. I like it here. I like this stuff too, don't get me wrong. But I don't keep all the people that I meet in my circle up here. Now, at the same time, sometimes I'll go down into other areas, right? Let's say I'm trying to get a new project up and running. I will invest heavily into going to more and more masterminds that I've been doing so much recently. I've been traveling, going to events. Why? Because I need to find new people for these new opportunities that I've been doing, because I want to surround myself with more people. And then sometimes it's also really good to go back into this stage where you're investing in networking, because it allows you to expand your circle and then filter more and more people out, right? But you have to be intentional. Intentionality is key, because you will find that when you sort of get to a certain level in business, opportunities are thrown at you, which is whereby having this set of people to help you vet those opportunities is so dang important. So, lonely at the top? No, absolutely not, because you have your ride or dies, and that is so powerful. For years I felt so lonely. I hated, honestly I hated it. I felt so different to everyone else, and so I just want to give you some reassurance that seriously, through following these stages, you are totally going to be able to change your life and have like-minded people around you. And now I'm so grateful to be traveling the world with my business partners, and we have such a good time all at the same time. If anyone ever said don't mix business and pleasure, I don't really know what they're talking about. And for sure, maybe I'll get burnt in the future. I've been burnt a little bit in the past from that, but I'd rather get burnt and enjoy myself while I was on the come up, right? So with that said, I hope that you like this video. Make sure to subscribe for the next video, and if you are ready to sort of invest in different types of networking, then we have an amazing community of online entrepreneurs in Impact School who are all working towards building online businesses in the coaching, online course, consulting space, agencies, essentially service-based businesses, freelancers. And so if you're interested in how you can get involved, then click the link in the description box below to book a call with one of our third-party advisors who'll be able to let you know, hey, this might be a good fit for you now. If not, then they work with hundreds of other coaches all around the world, so they'll be able to point you in the right direction for maybe a mastermind that might be a good fit for you based upon where you're at right now. So with that said, book your call right now and stay tuned for the next video. I'll see you in the next one, and have an amazing day. Goodbye.